Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hope everyone is energetic and enthusiastic.
Yes.
That is the spirit.
Where is the spirit coming from?
When we are in that consciousness, spirit consciousness, then there is no problem. And
That's right.
in the entire world, there is no problem.
Right.
Hopefully, one day we all be at that level. So, like
Right.
things can happen. We can just witness it.
Right.
When the very beginning, initial stages, I heard about the Raman Maharshi.
Oh.
Raman Maharshi used to say that, like all these insects are eating this body. He could able to separate it from himself, from the body. And even some of the, when he got the cancer actually. When he got the cancer, all the insects eat the body, right? And even if that falls down, he used to put it on the body, like you can eat it. So that is what really spiritual consciousness is. But unfortunately, we are all thinking that we are the devotees, but we don't have that consciousness.
I'm sorry, who are you talking about? Because my phone disconnected for a minute.
The Ramana Maharshi. Like before I came to Krishna consciousness, I read a book. Nagendra Kanya and myself, we both read a book, Who Am I? So in that book, he speaks that, like he got into the disease called cancer, right? And all the insects are eating his body. And he used to say that with so much joy, like these insects are eating this body. So what I'm saying is, like, unfortunately, we are externally, we have a tilak, we have a dhoti, we have everything, But our consciousness is not there. So we can hope one day we will come to that level.
You see, he realizes self-realization. This body is not his, so he basically
He
surrendered.
knew very well. This body will go away.
Right.
No matter how good care he takes it, but still he cannot, like preserve the body, cannot protect the body.
Right. Grass body, he did not want to worry about grass body.
Right. Grass body, and he did not even worry about the settled body also. Because settled body is the most of the time we care about the settled body. Because how dare he tells me like this. It is a body conscious. To appear, that's what it happened, right? To appear Krishna in the Vasudeva, Devaki and Vasudeva. Then she had to get rid of the 6 of her sons. I mean, like, imagine that. If the 6 sons, she lost it. And we also have 6 sons. Even though sometimes we say, like, I have no kids, still we have the 6 sons. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada. So these 6, we have to kill them. But for there, Kamsa killed their 6 sons. But imagine that, we have to kill voluntarily those 6 sons. Then Krishna comes.
Right.
As long as those are there, forget about it. Like we have to take the birth continuously. So our goal in this chanting process is, even the bhakti, whatever we are doing the sadhana, we have to aim that I need to be purified. So when we have that aim only for purification, chant for purification, do the cook for purification, and if that is not there, it is going to be the story of a kakarkai, Karela.
Right.
No matter how many rivers bathe, how many the sacred rivers you bathe in it, and the Karela is going to be, what is that Karela in English?
Bitter melon.
Bitter gourd.
Bitter melon or bitter gourd.
Bitter gourd.
Yeah.
Bitter
So how many times you make that Karela, bitter gourd, bathe in the river, and that bitterness is still there. So how many years we do this chant sadhana? Keep chanting every day, but the bitterness is still there. That means what is the use of keep bathing in it? So we have to become a softer, sweeter. To become that, the purification need to happen. So that's how initial goal should be, purification. Mud comes out. We need to know that. Yes, this is the mud, it is coming out. We have to trash it. Don't put that in the inside again. When we put that inside, then there's like a elephant bathing kind of one.
Oh yeah.
Elephant every day, it bathes in the river, it comes out and if they pour the dust on him, on his body. So it is back to normal.
We didn't realize he washed it, so he has to go back again.
Correct. So this consciousness need to be developed. Otherwise, it's like we keep on doing it and we are there only. At the end of the life, we will be there. We surprise it. Oh, I didn't even move inch of it. Why? Because we are keeping everything in us. All right. So is the Lakshmi Mataji joining?
Hare Krishna,
I will
Prabhuji.
check, I will
That
check,
was Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. So in the meantime, we can do quick prayer. Om Ajnanathimirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyabadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Jagannath. Hare Krishna. You're
Hare
all
Krishna,
devoted.
Prabhuji. Lakshmi Mataji, she is in puja, so she said she can't make it. It's raining.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Anyone have any comments or questions from previous session? We were studying the chapter 4, right? And in the chapter 4, there are many beautiful things are there because of Krishna is giving the transcendental knowledge, and Krishna himself, when he appears in the like a form he is going to appear, we are studying all of those. And we are also studying the karma, right? So the karma, and it's very difficult to understand the karma. So the best karma is akarma.
Karma.
Do everything for the pleasure of the Lord. And Krishna also spoken that we are in material world, right? And in this material world, how can we become, like a spiritualized, right? We know that we are in this world. This world is a samsara sagara. It's like a davagni. Samsara dava nalalita loka. So this is like it is going to, like a forest fire.
You call him.
It is ocean of miseries. And we cannot cross over that ocean. And we need to identify ourselves. I am not belong to this world. First thing we have to understand, who am I? When based on that, the question need to come in every individual. If that question is not raised, then we'll be stuck here. We are like, okay, we say like, I am this body. Why we came to that level of understanding? Because of this mind, intelligence and the false ego, it captured, it hijacked the soul. And say this, like sometimes the police, they catch some, under some purpose, they catch the innocent and they beat him so much, and till he accepts it, whatever the cop says that, he has to accept it, because they keep on beating it. Same way, the soul was beaten by this, mind, intelligence and false ego. You're not the soul, you're not the soul, you're this body, you belong to this body, you belong to this body. Then soul finally says that, I am this body. When two paths now. When I say I am this body, then we go different direction. When I say I am this soul, we go this different direction. So they are like a completely opposite direction. So in this world, majority of the population, they feel like we are this body. So they all go one direction. And when we say that I am this body, then we go different direction. Then we say that, oh, everyone is going this direction. We're like, why am I going this direction? If you are not determined, and we do not have the complete faith on Krishna, and if we are not sincere, then one day we come back again. It's like, okay, I can't see anything this side, so I'll also follow the crowd. So we have to be very careful. And for that, Krishna gives the clear solution. What is that shloka? Brahmarpanam brahmahavis brahmanyo brahmanahutam brahmanyatena gantena brahma karma samadhino. Brahmarpanam brahmahavis. We have to fully conscious. We have to come to that fully conscious. Not like, okay, I have a 10% of Krishna consciousness and the 90% of material consciousness, and I have a 50% of, I'm doing already good services. I'm doing so much sadhana, and I'll do some other stuff also. So that is not going to work. It will help us, because of this lifetime, whatever we can make spiritual consciousness, next life, it starts from there. So we know that Krishna said that Neha Vikramanashosti Pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So he's giving that assurance. This is the permanent account. Whatever we deposit, it is going to be. But depending on our, how much time we have it, when we wanted to reach the goal, depending on that, we have to take that path. Otherwise, whatever we are doing, we will be happy. We are fine. Because many people are not doing, at least we are doing something. So it's up to individual, like a free will. But depending on the sincere, how much sincere we wanted to be, based on that, we have to do the sadhana. So completely, fully Krishna consciousness. And that's why Krishna recommends the sacrifices. Yajna. See, we do anyone remember what kind of yajnas we do in this world? We go to the temple.
Japa yajna.
Japa yajna. And we do some kind of, like some people do that Vishnu Sahasranama. They read the Vishnu Sahasranama. That is also kind of a yajna. And some of them, they do the
Haristotra. Sri Haristotra.
Yes, Sri Haristotram, Satyanarayana Vratam. That is also one of the yajna. Right? But that yajna, Krishna recommends that yajna should be performed in spiritual consciousness. When we do that in a spiritual consciousness and for the spiritual benefit, then Krishna will reward accordingly. But if we do on the material consciousness, we get the material benefits. Many of us do the Satyanarayana Vrata, and for the sake of some benefit, many of us do that. And today this is a very famous Vrata. And Krishna says that if we are eligible for it, we'll get that. Otherwise, then we have to, but Krishna recommendation is do it in the spiritual conscious. When we do this yajna in spiritual consciousness, then that leads to the spiritual goal. Alright? So that's why there are many of them. Some of them, do the sacrifice, yajna. They worship only devatas. Right? We know that. They worship Ganesh, they worship some Amavaru, they worship some kind of one. And what is their goal then? Their goal is, they are like to benefit something, like a sukham. Their goal is only the sukha, happiness. For some happiness. They go and worship him and they get some benefit. So happiness. So that is one kind of sacrifice. And there are jnanis also. They don't involve in any of those. They just acquire the knowledge. I'm not this body. So no matter what we do, this is not going to be permanent. So they focus on the knowledge of the soul. So that is the jnanis. And some people, for example, brahmacharis. In the temples, there are the brahmacharis in a saffron color, right? In the saffron color, they call brahmacharis. Not the sannyasis. Sannyasis are different. But these brahmacharis, what do? They try to control the mind. Because brahmachari means up to 21 years or 25 years, whatever is there. And they have to control it because they see many distractions. They see the women, they see the, like a good food outside, and they see so many attractions. And if they are attracted to that, then their brahmacharya vrata will be broken. That's why brahmacharis will do that, and they do the sacrifice called mind control. And gruhasthas, they try to control the sense enjoyment. Like a gruhastha say, like they follow dharma, artha, kama, moksha, right? Various different people perform different kinds of sacrifices. Gruhasthas, they give up the sense control, like a Satyanarayana Vrata day or some Friday, Saturday. Some people do on the Saturday, some people for Thursday, some people on, they completely control their senses, sense gratification. So that is one level of that one. And some of them is like a self-control. Yogis, they do just a meditation. They try to control their whole self. And they try to open the chakras. And some of them, they do keep charity. Many people do the charities. Dana. Yajna dana. And some people do the tapas, austerity. And Krishna recommends all this. And some people, they just swadhyayana. They just study the scriptures. That's all. Every day from the morning to evening, we see some of the people. They keep on studying the Bhagavatam, Bharatam or Ramayana. Any of these, always they study it. So these are different types of, like yajnas. Anyone can answer why we have to perform these yajnas, sacrifices? What is the ultimate result we get it? By doing
Purification of the mind.
To feel connected with the God.
Yeah, to purify ourselves.
Always.
Okay.
Always connected with God.
To get into this transcendental stage, ultimately.
Go back to
Right.
Godhead to please Krishna. So Krishna.
So
Yes, self-realization.
yes, the purpose of yajna. Nagendra Kenya is asking what is the question. So the purpose of yajnas. There are the two purposes. Let's take that two purposes. One is we remove the sins. When we do these kind of yajnas, the sins will be removed. That's a one benefit. And the second one is, and then the yajnas culminate, give the knowledge. If we don't get these two, because as we keep on doing the yajnas, we have to become a purifying, right? That is what we were discussing before the class. Purification need to happen. What is that purification means? When the sins will be away, removed, then we become a pure. So then we see things clearly. If we don't see things clearly, then we are we are not purified. That sin is there. And rather we misunderstand. So yeah, first of all, understanding. Not understanding is one level. And misunderstanding is the next level. When we misunderstand the subject or misunderstand the service or the purpose, then we'll be more trouble. Right? So that's why this yajnas have to give us the knowledge. But some people, they do throughout the life. And they keep doing the same thing. And you don't see the different person in them. Even others who notice it. We became a different persons. Actually, we in ourselves notice first. But if we don't notice it, others will notice it. Oh, this person is been doing the chanting from 10 years, 20 years. And for small thing, they get angry. Understanding. For small thing, they are not, comfortable. So, that means what? That means we are not, purification is not happening and the knowledge is not gaining. So, the yajna purpose is to purify, to remove the sins, means purify and accumulate the knowledge. With that knowledge, we can see things clearly, we can understand things clearly. If we don't understand, if we misunderstand it, we have to go back. Because of this knowledge, that's why we are attending these classes, Bhagavad Gita class. Not expecting others will, understand me. No. You start understanding others. Because of that knowledge we get from this Bhagavad Gita. We understand everyone. We understand every living entity. We understand the nature. We understand the effect of the time. We understand about the God. We understand about the relationship with the God. So this is what the knowledge is. And we understand that how I can become a better person. Right? So that is the main goal should be for the yajna. If that is not the goal, then what happens? Then we will, stuck in this birth and death cycle. And that jnana, and we wanted to do some sacrifice, some yajna. And you want to do by yourself? We have to have that, we have to approach our guru. What kind of, a yajna I can do it to get this kind of benefit or spiritual benefit, Then is that a spiritual master is, easy? And we think okay, I ask my spiritual master something. Some of us, we don't ask, we don't reveal anything to them. Actually, spiritual master should know about us completely in and out. Then only he can guide us. But unfortunately, in this today's world, we approach the spiritual master only what we needed it, what we like it. And I think yesterday, Guru Maharaj Vyasa Puja was happening. And he was saying that blessings are not enough. Personal instruction is needed. So everyone asked the blessings. Guru Maharaj, I wanted to do this. Please bless me. Guru Maharaj, I wanted to, do this kind of event. Please bless me. Guru Maharaj, I'm purchasing my home. Please bless me. Guru Maharaj, bless me for this one. Birthday, bless me. How many blessings we needed? But we have to have the personal instruction. To get the personal instruction, we have to surrender to him. It's not easy to follow them. And we know that the Guru is, that's why in this 34th shloka, I guess, in the 34th, Krishna is explaining that the process of attaining the jnana. How a person can attain the jnana, knowledge, by approaching a bona fide spiritual master. He should be from the bona fide. He cannot be just like that. He has to come from the bona fide, parampara. And from him, like you go and ask, can we demand it? No. In the second chapter, Arjuna says that, right? Arjuna said that, prapannam. 2.7. Karpanya desho dosho pahatasva bhavaha. Jashreyasya nishchitam shadhimam tvam prapannam. Prapannam. I am your soul surrendered. That is important. Surrender is important. And today we also consider many of us, oh, he is my Shiksha Guru. But we don't respect it. That is only for the sake we accept it. But when we accept a Shiksha Guru, then we have to be ready to follow his instructions. If you cannot do that, don't consider him as a Shiksha Guru. Two things. If you consider someone, or if I consider someone as a Shiksha Guru, and whatever he says, we have to obey it. Because he gives the instruction for our benefit only. If we wanted to do our own way, don't consider him as a Shiksha Guru. So we have a choice now. And to that Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru, we have to serve. Tadvidya pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So we have to approach a Guru. He says that tadvidya pranipatena. You just learn the truth by approaching a Guru. How? And you have to inquire. You cannot demand him. You cannot demand from him. You tell me this. I am in need of it. I wanted to do this. You give me the answer now. That is not the disciple quality. Should be inquired from submissively. The inquiry should be submissive, not a demanded. If we demand, that means we are not considering him as Guru. So these are the self, Krishna is giving this deeper shlokas. And this shloka is when I was a devotee of Sai Baba one time asks, Hemad Pant, read this shloka. He said, Baba, you don't understand it. Baba stressed him to read it. And he says that why he mentioned this, pariprashnena. Actually, you can say that prashnena, right? So prashnena is good enough here. But Krishna says
Prabhuji, can I recite the sloka?
Yeah.
Which one is this? Which one?
4.34 Mataji, 4.34. तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
So the Sai Baba said that, he asked that Hemant Pant, read that why. Sai Baba put a question, why? Why Krishna put that pari? Actually, we just prashna, we just question them, right? Usually we put the question to Guru or anyone, even Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru, we put a question. And that question should be in the mode of humbleness, mode of surrender, and a submissive way. If then only we get the expected answer. Otherwise, like a question, like answer. That's all we get it. And by that, we don't get any benefit. Because that is only information. It is not for information. The spiritual knowledge is not just for your information. No. It is for experience. So when we do this pariprashnena, when we inquire submissively, then we get the expected results. Otherwise, we just like a question and answers. Every day in the morning, since morning till night, all the birds, they question and answer, and all the animals, dogs and everything, they question and answer. All the humans today, they question and they answer. That is how it is. But this question is pariprashnena. We have to approach submissively, inquire from him submissively with the surrendered mode. So this is very, very important. And in the service attitude, we have to serve him. Without just the service, there are the two kinds of services, Vapu and Vani. So the Vani service is whatever the instruction. So we get the instruction from a Guru, because today we are celebrating the Vyasa Puja here, our Guru Maharaj one. So this is very important. Vani through the instruction. Instead that through the classes, through the lectures, he instructs us. And we think that, that is for others, not for me. No, every instruction for us. This is the mood of a disciple. And that instruction can come directly or indirectly or through his lectures or through his behavior or through his mood. So always a disciple have to think, if I do this way, if I speak this way, is my Guru is going to be happy? If he is not happy, don't speak. If he is not happy, don't do the way you are doing it. Because we have to make our Guru job easier. We should not complicate our Guru. Because he is there. He is there for a purpose to take us back to Godhead. So we have to cooperate with him. And don't bring up that our own mission into it. If we have our own mission, then we are screwed. We are not only screwed, we are also screwing up the Guru life also. So these are the many, very, like a deeper things we have to, consider it. It is not easy. Cannot just understand just like that. So we have to be very careful. We should not have any personal mission in the spiritual world. That's why, even yesterday we were on the Thursday we were discussing about the Ramesh Prabhuji and all their experiences. They were saying they are all working under one leader. If you work under one leader, we all can achieve the success. But if we have our own mission inside it, then forget about the success. We fight each other. When we fight each other, then the others also blame the parampara. But we need to be very careful what we are doing here. Are we contributing towards the Prabhupada mission? If we wanted to contribute for the Prabhupada mission, there's only one way. You have to cooperate. Unity, cooperation, and purification. If that is not there, we are blaming. We are making the, like a wrong to the, forget about the contribution. We are making that nonsense to the parampara, our system. So we have to be very careful this one. So no personal missions. In the spirituality, when it comes to Krishna, in a Goloka, no one have any personal missions. Yes, you have your own ways of enjoying the personal lives. But when it comes to the service, it has to be how best I can serve, how best I can cooperate it. Because that's why ISKCON has a really good structure. ISKCON has a structure of Namahatta programs. What is that Namahatta? Purpose of the Namahatta is we gather and we host the Manjari programs. Manjari programs means we invite our neighbors, our friends and families, one-on-one base or couple of them, and we continuously feed them and we speak the positive things about the process and all that. When we have to create interest in them, it may take months or days, months or years also, but we have to be patient. And once they are convinced, and then we can bring them to this Namahatta program, from Manjari to this Bhakti Vriksha Namahatta. So this is what the ISKCON established it. So like that, and we encourage them also, invite their friends to their houses. So it is like a chain process. And then one day the cultivation happens. Right? So this is very important. And this is what, Prabhupada has started it. And the disciples have started. Because they don't need this knowledge. Knowledge is available. Knowledge is available in the Google also, in the YouTube also. Plenty of knowledge is there. What is needed is the love. The love. How the service. We don't have to go to the Guru just to get the knowledge. I mean, today everyone is just, if they're sick, even for the medical treatments also, people are searching in the YouTube or, like Google. What is the need of doctor? Many think they won't do it. But if this knowledge also that. But what is the need of the spiritual process? Because we preach them through the service, not through the words. So this is how Krishna is explaining it. Serve the Guru. When we serve in that mode, we cooperate. Then we contribute to the mission. If we don't service, we don't do that, then we have our own agendas. Because of, like we faced in Albany already. We fought. And many other people were thinking, oh yeah, this process, we thought this is a good process. Upfront they told me, we thought this is a good process. But you people are the same as others, outsiders. Then why do we have to come to the center? We don't have answer. So instead of contributing to the mission of the Prabhupada, we are screwing up the mission. That is very dangerous. So that's why under one leader. If we cannot work under one leader, then we are screwed. We are screwing up the whole process because they don't look at us. They look at who is the Guru. You say like you are the ISKCON. Is the ISKCON behaves like this? Then we have to be very careful. The goodwill of ISKCON need to be protected all the time. So that is the mood we have to develop it. Krishna is saying that is what it is. Not just the question, pariprashnena. Enquire submissively. And why we go to spiritual master? Because he had seen the truth. He is not an ordinary person. He is the representation of the Krishna. They already experienced this truth. And he can, impart that knowledge. Not as a practical, self-realized. Because they are self-realized. They have seen the truth. So they can help us in understanding that. And when we get the knowledge from Guru, what are the results then? See, when we read from Google, when we get from the Guru, there is a difference. When we get the knowledge from the Google, that is just for the sake of information, just for the sake of argument, sake of the talk, that's all. But that will not help in a proper way. But when we get the knowledge from the Guru, then what happens? There will not be any bewilderment.
But when we will get that, we can't meet Guru, how will we get that knowledge?
Right, that's what I said, that directly, indirectly, through the lectures, through his mission, mood and mission.
Actually, Guru Maharaj bless us, start preaching. So that is the blessings. Right, Prabhuji?
No, it is the blessings.
Okay.
But how he wanted us to preach, that is that we have to take that also.
Okay.
Example, the preaching should be cultivation. We have to cultivate through the, like providing the prasada. Prabhupada had given us. Prabhupada at the age of 70 plus, he had cooked for 100 people every day. Whenever people come, he was just feeding them. And they did not realize it for a long time. And they used to throw all the plates in there only. Prabhupada used to collect all the plates and used to clean them. So, and later they realized it. Because look, these are so much service they are doing it. Then they say like, okay, we have to do it. Then they came forward to help cleaning. And they came forward to help cooking. And they were ready to learn the art of cooking from Prabhupada also. Many of his disciples learned from Prabhupada. So, because of that, when that is there, it is it reflects it. If Prabhupada was not feeding them, he was just taking the classes, he couldn't make it. Nothing, it cannot happen. Because through the service, people establish and realize our relationship, how care we are giving them. Everyone needed care actually. Everyone needed the care only. The love. People are looking for it. Not the knowledge. Knowledge is even our own sons, own kids will not like the knowledge. If you tell them oh, I'm hungry, then we say yo, go cook, these are the ingredients and this is how you cook. Then they trash the plates and they just walk away. Why do I have to stay here? Right? So when we serve them, then they realize it. How much, they are risking their life just for me. Even still people don't realize it. Some of the kids don't realize that also. We see that in today's world. So, but the parents have done their own job. So similarly, this is how the preaching mission is. Serve through the service. When we serve, they realize and they come. And that is proven. That proves it. And the preaching and another thing. So since we got up, so the preaching means it's not just giving the classes. Preaching means what is my strength? We have to analyze where I am good. For example, Nagendra Kanya is good in the cooking. Our preaching is through the cooking only. Because whoever comes, she feeds them. And the varieties of it, different varieties. Many people say that I cooked this many times, but it never came up this way. So they love it. And when they love it, they're attracted to that taste. And they come, many times. As they come many times, and they see how much effort she is putting in. And when she calls for some help or some programs, they come. Because that is how, on the day of the Ratha Yatra, many of them, kids came and they helped. Because they come and they see it.
Yeah, Prabhuji, sorry to interrupt. I shared recently, you know the Texas Prabhuji, the Saurashtra Prabhuji, Ram Priya Keshav Das. I don't know you remember or not. I just shared that our Jagannath Radhayatra picture. He said, wonderful congratulations and respectful obeisances to all Albany devotees who made this possible. So he was very happy. Yeah.
Only with the unity, only we can do it. It's not like
our team is the strength. Otherwise, we can't do that.
If if there is no team, forget about that. And we ourselves, fight each other. End of the day.
It successfully happened, right? Because of the team. Everyone's saying because of your team is strength. A small team made a big thing. Everyone said small team but made a big thing.
Correct. Because when we work under one umbrella, this is what Prabhupada said, that ISKCON work as a vertical way, not horizontal way. Horizontal is like, okay, I do this, you do this. Then there is a clash always, conflict. But that's vertical. There is a GBC. Everyone have to obey the, this vertical way. Under one leadership. This is very important. Then only we can make many things possible so easily. But, so that's why some people, they are the only kirtaniyas. They preach through the kirtan, that's it. They don't give any class. I don't know if you have noticed it. Many of them, Jahnavi Harrison, and the Bada Haridas, and many of them. And there is a Madhava Prabhuji, and Madhava Rag Band. So these are all they are preaching through the kirtan. No classes. They never give the classes. Because they are good at it. When they are good at the preaching, they should preach through the kirtan. You are good at and you are passionate for cooking, preach through the cooking. If you are passionate of the deity worship, preach through the deity worship. And if you are passionate to the dressing, many people in a Vrindavan and Mayapur, there are a few devotees. No one can beat them. When they decorate it, the devotees see the difference. And they can tell that, oh, today's this decoration done by this Mataji, this Prabhuji. Why? And they get attracted to that. They go to them and they ask the instruction. How can we learn all this? And many people go to them and they preach. Look at this, how beauty, right? So that's why we all have to find out what is my strength. From the birth, we all have some skill set. Nature, that is called natural swabhava, by birth skill. We born with that. And when we born with that, because I can tell my example, I don't know others. I know about Nagendra Kenya. She is passionate about the cooking. And I was passionate about the teaching. I can tell you that. Because before I come to US, I was teaching. I established a school, my own school. I was teaching. From 10th class onwards, I was teaching. And even after I came to America, I missed that teaching. Then what I did, I taught, the same my skill set, the software. Weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I gave the classes. Even till I came to Albany, I was teaching over the weekend. Because I love the teaching. I love to take the classes. So I taught that math, science, and I started school and the tuitions. Then I came to America as a software engineer. Again, I teach weekends, every weekend. Because I was missing that. Then after in Albany, then we started the Bhagavad Gita. So everyone have to identify. Take some time and identify what is our strength. If we are good at some skill set already there. So that is where we get success. Otherwise it becomes a paradharma. When we do the paradharma, then we mess up. This is very important for the beginning preachers. To become a preacher, before we become a preacher, what is our skill set? We need to identify the skill set. It's very important. And as many people ask Nagendra Kanya, why can't you take the classes? She said no, my way of preaching is the cooking. And every day she wanted to cook differently for the Jagannath. She never cooked the same way, same item, unless I tell her. So everyone knows that in this area. Whatever she cooks, she gives to the tiffin boxes. I purchased this year itself the big ones, in the BJs, almost 10 times the 36 or 48 boxes, dabbas from BJs. She gives it. She just distributes the food. When she tries all this, she gives them and they love it. Then they call her. Then on the way they stop by. When they stop by, we give the knowledge. So it is so interlinked. But it's not necessarily, but that is how the many people. For the Kirtaniyas, there are thousands, lakhs of followers are there. If Madhava Rag Band, they put one comment today, did they take the classes? No. They just sing. Through the singing, and if they said, I'm opening the Goshala in Vrindavan, in the morning, they made this comment. By evening, they got the money, Lakshmi, around 1.2 crores. Imagine that, donations received 1.2 crores in one day. Just people voluntarily. Because that is where our success is. So we have to find out. And that helps the mission, not just the only one way of it. Because many places, especially here, I see that people needed so much attention. Everyone needed the attention. So that is how, we have to think, what is the best way I can preach, this community. So usually when we come to the preaching the word, we think we take the classes. No, that is wrong understanding. The right understanding is, some people decorate the deities. They preach. Actually, they make lots of devotees than the preacher also sometimes. So sometimes some of them through the books, some sannyasis, they write the books. Through the books they preach. So it's different varieties. Some people, they just clean up the centers. And some people, they preach putting the shoes together. They preach. They appreciate that and they become a follower of that person. So these are the ways of preaching. But we have to see that according to the time, place and circumstance, what is going to work better. So that is the main important for us. Right? So that's the real preaching. Because I was, Guru Maharaj told me, preaching means preach your strength. Utility is the principle. Prabhupada said this, right? Prabhupada said one of the principle is utility is principle. What is the utility? Whatever you have it. Don't try to learn other things. Whatever skill set we have it, use that. If I wanted to, become a musician and preach, I never going to become, because that is a paradharma for me. My swadharma is, I have a passion to speak. And someone else have some different dharma, swadharma. We have to use our swadharma in the preaching. That's it. Then we become the best preacher. If I wanted to become a Kirtaniya, that Kirtaniya is going to be the paradharma for me. As soon as I take the paradharma, then I screw up. So these are the ways, Mataji. Thank you. That's a very good question.
Prabhuji, is there any way we can identify the strength within ourselves? What is my swadharma? If I think about it, I really don't know. I mean, I don't know. The question, I don't have an answer for that. Is there any way we can?
Yeah, so that's a very good question, Mataji. See, so far, when you are a kid and when I was a kid, when everyone are the kids, if the parents have noticed it, see, some kids, I don't know if you noticed it. Maybe you know about your kids now. When they were the child, kid age, maybe in the free time, they must be doing some activity. Some people always play with the cooking toys. No matter what you do it, there was a kid, she always, whenever 100 times I go to their house, she always says that I made this for you. I made this for you, just casually. She was always spending most of her time with some kind of, activity. And some people always like to read. People, as soon as they get some free time, the kids, they read it. And some people, as soon as they get some time, their free time, where you use, actually, Mataji, Kalyani Mataji, previously when we were kids, and even till 10 years ago, even in the interviews also, they used to ask a question, what is your hobby? Now that question is no more. No one is asking these days. So that hobby is the second nature of us. Hobby means what? Free time, you like to do it and you enjoy doing it. Not just like to do it. When you do that, you enjoy it. Isn't it? So, but unfortunately, our parents did not tell us where we spent most of our time, and they did not encourage to grow in that area. Because they molded in a way that, what is a temporary benefit. Now, when we see inside, by doing some activities, we get so much pleasure. And by doing some activities, we get so much pain. I cannot become a software engineer, actually. I don't like becoming a software engineer. But my strength is somewhere. When you see inside, and when you start doing some activity, first of all, we have to start seeing inside. What is my strength? Where do I spend? If no one is around, where do I spend most of my time? If someone is around, we try to do the best things only. Because we try to, we try our skill set, our success based on the other opinions. That's why we try to do the good things only, na? But when you are alone, when we are alone, where do we put our effort? Where do we spend our time? That is our natural swabhava. Everyone born with some swabhava. But you just focus on it, meditate on it. What is my strength? Take the whatever activities we are doing. Is this my real swabhava? And if you continuously you enjoy it. Some people wanted to play cricket. 24 hours also they play it. Usually after 4-5 hours they get tired. But again, if they call it, they just keep doing it. Because that is what his swabhava is. Right? So you just start identifying it. Maybe initially we get 10 or 20 items. Oh, maybe this is my swabhava. We start focusing on them. Then one day we get bored out of it. But one or two activities, no matter how much time you spend, and you don't get bored. That is what our swabhava is. You still wanted to do it. I see that Nagendra Kenya. No matter how much trouble she is going through, she can't even walk, but still she cooks. I said, don't cook. I try to cook. She said, no, I'll cook. But many people have seen this. Many mothers, even without any, some small things, oh, I'm not feeling well. Either you order from outside or you cook. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Kalyani Mataji. We studied together 4 years, right? I know your ability. And in our school classmates, everyone, they remember you because of you helped them a lot in the studies, because you are the class first, and you have everything, notes and knowledge and everything. Whoever come to your home, by your notes and by your teaching, you helped at that time in the childhood. I remember still, and in our classmates all never forget you. Wherever you are, even I always remember. I don't know, somehow other, my sixth sense always says, I think Kalyani is in US. And where can I find? How can I find? And I don't know your last name. Just I Google it, Kalyani, and in the Facebooks, and I searched a lot before we met. And your ability is your humbleness.
Actually, I read, you read my mind, Mataji.
How you teach the lessons and how you help the people, helping nature and all that things. And that is good ability you have. I noticed that one.
Yeah. Thank you, Mata. Before you started talking, I was about to say I like helping others. I'm not a good leader, but any small thing that makes me, that gives happiness to me. So, but the problem with me is I won't take the initiative. But if someone takes it, I'm very happy to help. That's the thing. It gives me happiness. I was about to say it before you started talking, but cooking, I used to have interest. Now I lost it. So that's not my thing to do. So just realize before you started talking. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhu.
So that is very important. You know that, like where you're. As we discussed when you are here, start helping the people. Many people wanted that
Prabhuji,
attention.
your voice is breaking.
Temple services, Kalyani, you have temples, right? Just weekly once, 1 hour, and ask them any service. Just go and do 1 hour service. It gives a lot of strength to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. I'll do that. Yeah.
That is very, very important. Just to start doing it. If you continuously see, your internal thing says that I'm happy. Then you continue to do it. If sometimes it says that take a break, you take a break. But still, you're longing for that service. So then you just keep doing it. And now you have this knowledge also. Whenever you are helping, you can help better now. Compared to the previous, now you have this knowledge also. You are writing the notes, and with that help of the notes and this Bhagavad Gita subject, you can help the better. And by that, you are preaching actually. That is called the preaching. So keep doing it, Mataji. We are here for any moral support or any, the support, we are there. You always can share with us, what you are facing through. Even in the helping also, you face the problems. Actually, the problems are the opportunities. Even at this level also, we get the problems. Problems are always there, no matter what you do. Even if you just, laying down on the bed, eating and sleeping, still there are the problems there. Right? The problems are always there. But when you start helping, so then you see that problem as a growth, opportunity growth. So when you take that as opportunity, then you create a miraculous. You just keep doing it. Start at one point. Go now. Go now to the temple. And there are many people are actually waiting for you, for your guidance, for your help. Anyone have any other questions, comments? So this is how we wanted to, take this classes. So we have to learn something. Not that, I heard it and it's gone. No. It should be the useful way. And we have to use these concepts of Bhagavad Gita. Right? So by this, we finished the 4th chapter. So mainly, we should not stop the yajna. The yajna will give us the purification as well as the knowledge. And that knowledge can be received from where? From the authorized gurus.
Bona fides Guru Parampara.
Guru Parampara. And that need to be inquired from him through the submissiveness and humbleness and with the service attitude, service mood of service. Then they import us. Otherwise, Arjuna was like such a service attitude and inquiring submissively, and this knowledge, made available to us. If otherwise it was like a question and answer session, many question and answers might have happened between Arjuna and Krishna, but that didn't came as a knowledge. Because this is the one, he submissively and through the surrenderance, he started asking questions and he served Krishna. Alright? So, any questions, comments, Mataji?
Very nice. Do you have to follow the bona fide guru?
Yes, Akka. Because if we don't follow bona fide guru, we don't know where we end up. That is the problem.
You can do whatever you want.
Yes, sometimes the GPS also, we know that it is a bona fide and it takes us and then take us somewhere. It's like you reach the destination. One time we wanted to go to Coles and the GPS took us somewhere in the forest. I said, like, you reached your destination. I said, like, there is no destination. There is no food. And I read in the YouTube also, Nagendra Kanya was telling me, one time someone was going by the directions of the Google and it took it to the river actually.
Oh my God.
He went into the sea actually. They died actually. They died in the sea because they drove it.
With the GPS?
Yeah, they were following the GPS and they ended up in the sea.
When they saw the sea also, they drive.
Yeah, but they were thinking that it can take them there. So they...
It happens for us also a lot of time, Prabhuji. Different location is a dead end, but they said go, dead end. It's a old address.
This is how we end up with not following the proper instructions.
Yeah. We need a new version GPS. That's an old version, old address, everything.
You can't try. Yeah, you have to have a bona fide master, not everybody.
Yes, bona fide bona fide master, bona fide spiritual master.
Then you need to follow the master's guidelines. If you don't follow the master's guidelines, then that's not good either.
Yeah, then we end up somewhere. And we don't know where we ended up.
You're distracted. You end up in somewhere else. You probably may not come out.
If we don't follow the bona fide one, we go with with many people. Maybe we think like he is good. By the time the life is over, it's like okay, nothing is good.
Right.
Then we don't know when the next human birth is going to come. Again, we start struggling. Wherever we end up, that is what our natural svabhava is. Whatever we had a burning desire in previous life, that is going to be in this life. It starts with that only.
It's fate.
Yeah. So that's why people say that if you accept a profession, in your natural way. This is how it used to be in the olden days. But after the secularism education came, we lost that. Many people doing the paradharma now. They are not the doctor. They're supposed not to be the doctor, but they are the doctor. And they collect so much money. You know, like they kill many people because they're not supposed to be the doctors. And they're not supposed to be the liars, and they became liars, and they screw up all the lives.
Right.
Because of the paradharma. So we have to be very careful.
Dangerous.
Yeah, and I was hearing one lecture also, they were saying that before you do something, check is it swadharma or paradharma. If it is a paradharma, how beautiful you execute it, you end up the wrong results only. It's better to execute the swadharma. So our profession should be based on the swadharma.
Right.
And our service should be based on the swadharma itself.
Right.
Then we achieve good results. Paradharma always lead us the wrong side. Maybe how beautiful process may be, but it leads us to the wrong only. So we have to keep that in mind.
What happens when people follow multiple masters?
Then they end up there like that only, khichdi.
Oh, that's not good.
You see, if we wanted to make a biryani, make a biryani. If you wanted to make a biryani, you wanted to make something else, it become a khichdi.
Right, like multiple devatas too.
Yeah, anything. That's why Krishna said in the second chapter, 41 shloka, Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. When you are in a bhakti, you have a one point of goal. When one point of goal is there, it can be achieved. If you have a multi goals, then what happens? Like holding the like a 2 legs and two wheels. Then one day, little bit distance is okay, they manage it. But after that, one wheel go this way, one wheel go this way. Then we fall down into that somewhere.
Right. Guidance.
Right. So towards the target, you can have a multiple gurus. Let's say you wanted to reach the Goloka, and you can ask, like a one guru, like a financially, how can I handle financially? And one guru you can handle like a day-to-day activities. One like a spiritual directions, and one with the like a communication direction, and one with the relationship direction. So we can take the multiple people, but towards the one goal, not towards the many goals.
Dangerous.
Many goals are always dangerous. I want to be an athlete. I want to be a doctor. I want to be like a movie actor. They never become anything.
Right.
So we all know that materially we had when I hear about you, Sugnaka, so you wanted to become a doctor, you made it. And in between, if you get into I want to become that, and running here and there, we get tired. Actually, but we all choose a right path. Maybe I never choose in the path, but I'm the one, like a broken kite or something.
No.
I ended up here.
See, your instinct will tell you what is good at. That is the destiny, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
right.
So end of the day, destiny works. But with our effort also matters too.
Oh,
but
definitely.
my destiny is now like this, Kalyani Mataji. I wanted to do something, but
so
one day I had a burning desire to go to America.
There is a purpose for you for the destiny, so that's what it is. Now you're a bona fide master, so you can direct and give such suggestions.
Yeah, so that is where Krishna wanted me, to work on it. I said, like, I take it.
Right. But what do you instruct for people who listen to all kinds of stuff, all over the place, TVs, there's so many masters, so many things. People can be distracted.
So the one thing is, in the beginning, we say that whatever you're doing, keep doing it. But add this. When they add this part, slowly, like we start, like increasing the percentage of it. Initially we say, like, whatever you are doing is wrong, don't do it. Then they say, like, you get out of my place.
Right.
They immediately tell us. But we said, like, yeah, you are doing, whatever you are doing is good. But if I am in your place, I do this way. So then we start, like a slowly, we give them the taste of it. Then one day they come to know that, oh, whatever I am doing it, that person is doing better. They start appreciating us. But before they appreciate us, we have to appreciate them.
Right.
When we appreciate them, they accept us. That's the first step. For small service, we appreciate them. Yeah, this is a good service. But later, we have to mold them. Otherwise they stick to that day. Whatever initially we said that, you told one day like this, why are you saying like this? They fight again. But we have to keep, appreciating it and molding them towards the better side. The same rule we have to apply to the kids also. We appreciate them, but at the same time we guide them also.
That's it. Guidance is very important.
Always. Throughout the life, guidance should be there. Appreciation should be there too. The day we stop appreciation, then they reject us.
Right.
That's what the mother does it. So mothers are the best preachers actually.
Yes.
Because no matter how messy a kid do it, the mother always appreciates it.
Right.
So they're the good preachers. Same principle we have to apply to everyone else. Then we become the good preachers. We have to see everyone is my child.
Right.
Then we appreciate them. Then we mold them. We give the guidance. One day they all become good citizens.
Right.
Any other questions? If there are no questions, so then we can end.
Very nice.
So see you all next week.
Okay.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath.